One of the sentences that affected me most when I was going down this path of emotional and mental transformation several years ago was, all things are created twice. And what Stephen Covey meant by that in his book, The 7 Habits, was first, there's the mental creation. We imagine something in our minds, we envision it mentally. And second, there's the physical creation. We bring it about and manifest it in our actual physical worlds. And this was a huge aha moment for me, because until that point, a lot of my success or things I had been doing were more me reacting or responding to circumstances or stimuli that were being put in front of me, or kind of copying and just following what other people did. I was a senior in high school, so it was time to apply for college. I worked at numerous jobs at companies, and opportunities would come up and I would make a decision. Do I want to apply for that or not? But I had yet to really actually envision or imagine a whole part of my life being different than what was already there. I was more just kind of robotically going through the motions and following along. And when I really embraced this, all things are created twice, there's the mental creation and the physical creation, I began to start to realize I could imagine very different realities than the one I actually had, and I could bring them to life. I could make them happen. And it didn't matter what had happened previously or what was already there. All that mattered was if I had the mental creation and I wanted to do it badly enough, and then I took the steps to do it. That's all that mattered. And so by knowing that all things are created twice, I can envision and imagine something and then bring it to life in my world. I was able to bring about a lot of change in my life. I became a marathon runner when I couldn't even run a mile for most of my life. I've now become a skier, and I'm really proud of that, because I had always been deathly afraid to ski, and now I'm going down black diamonds on these ski mountains every season. I bought the house that I had always wanted, and I had to kind of envision, where do I want to live? I want to be on a top floor of a high rise overlooking the beach. I want to have a 2-story house. All of those things had to be kind of imagined. And probably the biggest thing was me sort of always having loosely known, I'd kind of like to write books, or I'd like to be a coach, or I'd like to be on stage someday, but I had done nothing to make that happen or bring that about. And so deciding, hey, I'm going to leave a job that I have that's pretty stable, go out on my own, coach people professionally for a living, write books for a living, get into some speaking engagements. I had to decide all of those things first mentally, and then do the work of manifesting them. And as I started to do that, what I began to realize is, number one, it works, and any of us can do this. And number two, having a personal vision or mission statement to identify what is it that we're wanting to accomplish, what is that end in mind, what is that mental creation, really, really helps. And so today I want to share with you that you have the power of imagination as a human being. We're the only animal in the human species that has that. We are able to think of a different reality than the one that we're currently living. And we should take advantage of that. We should go ahead and dream big and imagine things as being different than what they already are. And if we're serious about that, if we have things that we'd like to achieve or ideas, we should write those down. It helps us to have it written down on paper. And then third, it helps to have shared it with somebody, have someone that's going to hold you accountable to it and whatnot. But ultimately understanding that all things are created twice. You see things in your mind before you act them and live them. And so thinking about, what do you mentally create in your mind? What are you willing to think about and dream about is of such critical importance. When I started realizing I'm probably capable of a lot more than I've given myself credit for, I just have to be willing to take a chance. And of course, it's scary to do that. And I had a lot of fear and anxiety as I began that process with a lot of the different components of my life. But if you want to make a different reality for yourself, you absolutely can. It all starts with that first creation, the mental creation. With that, I hope everybody's making a fantastic Wednesday, and I hope to see you all soon.